ELI 5. How is Planck length the shortest distance possible? Couldn't you just split that length in half and have 1/2 Planck length? Maybe I'm misunderstanding what Planck length is. It's not the shortest distance possible, but it gets called that all the time, so don't worry. It's the shortest distance we could measure using photons. We could never create a photon with a short enough wavelength to interact with something smaller, because a photon with any more energy would become a black hole. Put another way, the Planck length is just the size beyond which our current known physics laws break down, because we don't know how quantum physics and general relativity interact, and we don't understand how things smaller than that would behave. It's like the boundary of our current knowledge, not necessarily a fundamental physical size limit on things. To quote a more detailed answer from elsewhere, the Planck length is not a pixel of the universe or the smallest length of anything like that. A Planck length is the Schwarzschild radius of a black hole whose energy equals that of a photon of the same Compton wavelength. Such a black hole has a mass of the Planck mass. Any photon with that wavelength is a black hole of itself, which is every bit as weird as it sounds. That's all it is. It has no significance beyond that, at least not for certain. There are various hypotheses that assign it more meaning, but they're little more than guesses. The main conclusion we can draw is when you get down that small, clearly both quantum physics and general relativity are significant factors. We tend to work with one or the other, but not both at the same time, because we know that weird things happen to the math when we do. So the Planck length is a signpost for that. Once you get down here, stop, because the answers aren't going to mean anything. It's not a hard limit. The world doesn't suddenly shift from one to the other. And so it's sometimes expressed as the limit beyond which our theories don't go, which isn't quite correct, but it serves as a rough approximation.